So, welcome to AI Concepts. Today we're going to cover utilizing Kubernetes on our local machine to create a Nginx web server and have a simple web page that displays hello there and the date, today's date. So as you can see, I'm in the playground, I'm on the chat mode. I have given it a system prompt. It is a Kubernetes expert. I am typing in the request that I want to make to the assistant, which is help me create a Kubernetes pod on my Mac using kubectl. Please provide the pod JSON file and code needed to build the pod. Provide the code for Nginx, as well as the load balancer and the HTML code to display the hello there and the date. So I'm going to go ahead and finish typing this out, and once we get there, you'll start to see that it was going to go ahead and spit out our results. It is important to be clear, concise, and provide enough information within the prompt to get everything that we need out of it, all the code, all of the configurations, etc. And if we are more diligent and giving it as much information as possible, we'll get better results. This is kind of trial and error. I have created a number of different prompts that worked, but I had to kind of alter them. So I've come back to this more broad and defined prompt to give us this broader output here. As you see, it's giving us the code for the JSON files, or the YAML files, for the pod, and another one for the load balancer service. It's great because it does help break down the code, gives you step-by-step information on what is actually happening, gives you descriptions of each section and why it's doing it. You'll see that it does take a couple of submits to get all of the code and all of the information relayed to us here. But once it's there, we're going to go ahead and take this over to Visual Studio Code, which I utilize as my IDE. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this first one. I'm going to go ahead and create my pod.yaml file. I'll go ahead and paste this in. Things look good from a paste perspective. It gets a little tricky whenever there are multiple responses. You have to kind of either utilize a YAML formatter or just kind of format it yourself. So you'll see here I'm creating a service.yaml file. Go ahead and paste this in and save the file. Remember to save our files. I can go ahead and look to see the additional code, the actual information. You'll see that in this, it's gone ahead and kind of corrected itself and said that it was we need to create a label. So I'll go ahead and grab the label for the pod definition, copy that, go back over to Visual Studio Code. I'm going to go ahead and add that into this section here under metadata. You'll see it's gone ahead and created the labels and for the Nginx app. And that will help us help the actual configuration files to understand which services, applications, pods, etc. are associated with each other. We'll go ahead and look through, just kind of make sure that I have everything in place. Things look pretty good here. Go ahead and just again kind of give it a quick once over. Now that we have it, we're going to go ahead and deploy or run these commands to deploy a pod and then deploy the service. So C, kubectl, kubectl, however you define it, apply the pod. See, it goes ahead and creates the service or creates the pod itself. And then we'll do the same thing for the service.yaml. And it's gone ahead and created that service. You see the other steps here. We can actually go ahead and do kubectl get services. And from here, we can define, go ahead and specify the actual service. you'll see that it's pending. So sometimes we'll have to wait for it to give us an external IP address. And we'll wait, and there we go. We've got localhost as our external IP. I'll go ahead and type in localhost, and there we go. Well, that's not exactly what we wanted. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. Let's go back over here, tell it this is what we're getting, and see what it can do to help us. So instead of, the web page is displaying the text instead of the actual date. And if I can type, there we go. I'm going to paste that in. Oh, it has apologized. Thanks for apologizing. It says that it's going to go ahead and update the code. And you'll see that it's gone ahead and added the quote section for the index.html. We'll go ahead and copy this and put that into the config map configuration section. The data, I'll go ahead and verify. Yep, right there. Nothing in that service, I don't believe. So there's that data. It doesn't have a quote, so go ahead and let's just copy this. Careful whenever you copy out of this. You'll see that I've gone ahead and copied twice because I missed the first white space or space there. YAML is very particular about spaces and white space, so let's go ahead and there, added it, go ahead and save, and just kind of validate, yep, quote, yep, and then, let's see, go ahead and apply a service, pod.yaml again, and we've still got the same thing, back, just kind of validate, yep, it looks right, I got that new section or new code. Let's go ahead and refresh, no, same thing. Let's go ahead and let it know that it did not fix this and see what kind of response we get again. There we go, yep, yeah, I have done so, but let's just verify again. Let's apply the pod service.yaml, sure. We've already done the pod.yaml. Yep, that looks right. Let's scroll up. Looks right, but maybe I'm missing something. Excuse me. So let's go back, validate. Let's go. Yep. Yeah, I have the configure map. I have redeployed. I did update. Let's kind of look at this again. Yeah, that is the code that I copied. Yes, I have can confirm that I updated and redeployed. But the web page still shows text instead of the date. You know what? Let's ask it for JavaScript instead. Can you update the file, the actual HTML, to use JavaScript for the date? Oh, cool. All right, so it's updating the HTML. There we go. We've got our JavaScript that actually has like a date function in there. Kind of gives us a little bit of detail on what it has done. All right, let's copy that again. Let's go back over and let's go ahead and paste that. Save. Let's redeploy service.yaml. Pod.yaml seems right. And let's refresh. Nope, there's our quote. Oh, there we go. Yep. All right, so it grabbed the data, or it updated the code for us. We put it in, we saved it, we've redeployed, and now we have the web page that we're expecting. All right, let's make sure that we now document this. I've not always been great with documentation, but since we've got a robot to help us. Let's go ahead and ask it for documentation. Let's make sure there's kind of concise documentation so that everybody can read and understand what's going on. Sure, let's go ahead and just get back to this. Yeah. All right. And here we go. Just creating a summary. Step 1, blah, step 2, step 3. All right. How to reproduce the work. Sometimes GPT-3 will stop in the mid-response, so let's go ahead and trigger it again. Let's go ahead and spit out more data. All right, this is pretty nice. This is way better than typing all of this out or doing copy and pasting back and forth. All right, so let's go ahead and copy this. Go back up. Nope. Right there. Let's go ahead and grab this text. Cool. I'm gonna go back over. I'm gonna create a documentation file. I'll do Markdown. I guess I could have asked it for Markdown. Next time I will do that. I can come back in and drop this in and ask it to just do Markdown for us. Go ahead and paste this in. All right, looks good, cool. Let's go grab the rest of that. Sure. Looking good, looking good. All right, let's go ahead and grab the last bit of this. All right. So the other thing that I want to make sure that I have, make sure this is formatted properly. Okay, looks good. The other thing that I want to do is get the steps to delete it. How do we get rid of this service, all the services, the pods, deployments, etc. All right, so let's go ahead and type this out. Pod deployments, services, etc. Thing. Cool. Here we can add this to our documentation as well. How do we back out? How do we get rid of this? Cool. Yep. Let's grab that. Nice, cool. Make sure we add the note. Go ahead and separate this out from the deploy. And there we go. I'm going to save this so that I know. So let's go ahead and copy these commands and let's try them. All right, deleting the pod. Let's see any deployments. Objects deployment. There, okay, no deployments found. No, so there's none running. All right. Go ahead and type this one out. Get deployments. Make sure that there's nothing there. Nope. Cool. Now go ahead and copy the. Get rid of the service. Yep. Nice. Deleted. Good. Services. Gone. And pods gone. Great. Check one more time. Okay. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more tech tutorials. And make sure to ring the bell to get notified when we post new content. See you in the next one. Cheers.